Why, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Kent Smith, a.k.a. Kent the Politician. I am the voice of Ohio for the 2020 Battle of the All-Stars, joined by Blind Rage.
The esteemed voice of Team Massachusetts for BOTAS 2020, so very happy to be here.
So we've got Ohio versus Massachusetts obviously coming up, but before we go anywhere, New England Roller Derby would like to thank their production sponsor, Sociopath. Sociopath is a skater-run business offering size-inclusive leggings and shorts designed to fit you with 7 different lengths and pockets. She is sure to have a style that works for your body. Team colors, custom prints, and group discounts are available. Also offering dozens of armbands and helmet cover options. She's got you covered. Please see sociopath.ca/nerd for a 10% off your next order. All right, Blind Rage. So Massachusetts comes in as a seeded team. This will be the first bout for them during BOTAS 2020. Ohio played Saskatchewan earlier and got out to a comfortable lead, and then Saskatchewan closed, but they ended up winning, I believe, 114-102.
I am really disappointed that I missed that bout. I heard it was fantastic.
So yeah, let's do the rosters.
All right, perfect. Skating for Team Massachusetts, we have got number 027, Trash Panda, number 03, Pax-a-Punch, number 08, Morgan LaFlay, number 109, Bella LaBrawl, number 121, Agent Malter, number 15, Murph, number 207, Sassy Malassie, number 21, Emily Nolan, number 26, Weird Al Shankovich, number 333, Boots, number 4, Android, number 42, Flyin' King, number 421, Thylander, number 451, Rage Bradbury, number 68, Pickled Beats, number 749, Evil Midweek Cutie, and number 8, Aubrey Planets, number 999, Sacrificial Lammy.
The Ohio roster will be displayed shortly. Number 0125, Paige Bleed. Number 10, Family Jewels. 14, Dottie Hit Someone. Number 2, Valhalla, who is actually not rostered for this one. Number 22, Ketchet Mikachu, also not rostered for this one, as they are in class and will be joining the team, both of them on Friday. Number 3, Betty or Not, 37, Brianna Ruins. 425, Purple Storm. 49, Honey Basher. 697, Archangel Anarchy. Number 8, Doom. Number 1, Birch Slap. 12, Kitty Liquor Bottom. 146 is Cerebellum. 21, Slammerhead. 28, K9. 3310, Holly Carburetor. Number 4, Coco Sparks. Number 45, Halo Chick. 609, Pocket Rocket. 78 is Nat. And number 88, Bellatrix. Bellatrix was the Ohio MVP in the first bout, as she, and you would have loved to have seen it, Blind Rage. There was a moment when Saskatchewan was closing, and there was 3 Ohio blockers in the box. The sole blocker out there, Bellatrix, and the Ohio Jammer. And what happened? Bellatrix stopped the Saskatchewan Jammer, and the Ohio Jammer, who was Brianna Ruins, got lead jam designation, and the Ohio bench exploded in joy.
That does my heart good.
And so Bellatrix became your MVP.
Deservedly so.
Yeah, purely on the, and that was a key moment in the bout, because again, Saskatchewan was closing and they had a huge opportunity right there.
Oh man.
All right, so you will see Ohio in white with blue and red kind of markings, and Massachusetts in blue. And we are in turn 1, so it is hard for us to get a good jammer identification coming out of the jam right away. I think it is Honey Basher for Ohio.
I'm waiting to see a peek of that star.
Yeah, we're
in navy blue.
It is, I don't know if it's, I think it's Flying King. It is Flying King.
Yep, that is number 42, Flying King, coming at you from Providence.
So Flying King comes through. They are the first lead jammer of the contest. Honey Basher, star in hand, digging in turn 1, trying to get by the strong Massachusetts line of blockers. Flying King, in the meantime, takes a pass through the inside of turn 1, turn 2.
I'm seeing Evil Midweek Cutie knocking knocking number 21, our Ohio jammer, out to the outside, recycling back.
Paige Bleed takes Flying King off Flying King's skates and deposits Flying King in the center. 8-0 for Massachusetts
yeah.
on that jam. Honey Basher not able to escape the pack initially. Flying King gets 2 scoring passes. 18 minutes and unknown seconds as there's a photographer blocking my view. This is Sacrificial Lammy, who is one of the great personalities of BOTAS, and she is through. Sacrificial Lammy for Massachusetts. Star in hand again, and the star has been passed already to Birch Slap. So Doom of Cincinnati Roller Derby passes the star to Birch Slap. That minimizes the damage. Sacrificial Lammy only gets 4 points.
That was a quick and dirty jam. We currently have no points on the board yet for Ohio.
Right you are, Blind Rage. So this could be Brianna Ruins. Again, we've got a terrible sight line, and that is Rage Bradbury for Massachusetts, because I was able to see Rage's one of her of the 415 number for Rage. Brianna Ruins is number 37, and it is Brianna Ruins. So it is a 4-on-3 pack advantage for Ohio. Again, Ohio in white. Rage Bradbury secures lead jam for Massachusetts a 3rd time in a row for Team Mass.
Brad has got some devastatingly fancy feet. You will notice, trying the apex did not quite land it as smoothly as I'm sure they would have liked, but it was...
Rage gets the points,
got the job done. That's what's important.
Brianna Ruins, star in hand, escapes the pack. Rage Bradbury pushed out by Bellatrix, your Game 1 MVP. Rage calls it off, so that jam goes 4-0. So not that we want to necessarily... So this is a 40-minute contest. The first 7 bouts or so of Battle of the All-Stars were 30-minute contests, and Ohio played one of those.
Oh, I missed all of those.
Yeah.
The shortened time clock is really throwing me off anytime I check.
Right, so we've got, we've got 2 20-minute halves. We've got 16 minutes, 35 seconds remaining. This is Honey Basher again for Ohio.
Let's see who's wearing the star in blue for
I don't got it yet.
Massachusetts.
It's a taller skater, but that's about 26.
26
is Weird Al Shankovich. Yes, that is her name. So I think Emily Nolan is in the penalty box, but I don't have a good eye on the number. I see a 2.
No, that's not Emily Nolan.
At any rate, it is 4-on-3 in the pack in favor of Ohio, but that has not led to Ohio Jammer success yet, as Honey Basher is still held up in the pack.
I'm seeing Agent Malter. I'm seeing Pickled Beets, I believe. And I'm seeing number 68 as our blockers who's giving Honey kind of a run for her money.
We have hit the 1-minute mark in the jam, and neither jammer has been able to get to turn 2. So it is a rough day for jammers in this particular jam. Go ahead.
I believe this is our first jam of the bout so far where we have, at this point, not had a well-established lead jammer.
Yeah, Massachusetts has gotten the first 3. Honey Basher again going up against, among others, Bella Labral of Pioneer Valley. Bella is a BOTAS veteran, and a track cut on the Gem City Jammer. That is Honey Basher, so it is a power jam opportunity for Massachusetts.
Sorry, the first of the bout, I believe. An opportunity for Massachusetts to try and widen that point gap.
So Weird Al Shankovich has lead jam designation. Weird Al skates for Worcester, and I have no idea where that is.
Worcester, Mass.
Like I said,
Worcester.
No
Worcester.
clue. We have a Worcester in Ohio.
We don't believe in the middle several syllables of the name of that city.
I guess not, because all I did was write it out and then read all the letters kind of in unison.
That was your big mistake.
Exactly.
You'll know better next time.
That was a 3-point jam for Weird Al. It is a power jam start as Honey Basher remains in the penalty box. Flying King is the jammer for Massachusetts. Flying King will have a power start. We're about ready to cross the 14-minute mark. Again, two 20-minute halves. Flying King doing a great job spreading out the Ohio defenders, and Flying King quickly gets lead jam designation.
See, I see a Massachusetts wall of Aubrey Planets. I see Sassy Malassi having a hard, and there's a Pax-a-Punch.
Yeah, Ohio Pack, we've got Bruiser von Hammerstein, we've got Nat, we've got Halo Chick, and somebody else.
I see some good offense going on from Ohio, trying to help get their jammer out. Unfortunately, she's knocked to the out, recycled back behind Pax.
Maloik is the other blocker for Ohio. Yeah, the pack is now spread out, and Ohio has attempted to pass the star. Honey Basher gave it to Nat. Nat gave it back. Flying King is through, so 4 points total. 8 points total for Flying King. The star has been passed to the Ohio jammer, pivot rather, Nat.
Nat, the new jammer 11 for Team Ohio, as this jam comes to a close.
Let's see, that was a very successful jam for Flying King. I believe that was 10 points that they managed to pick up. Spreading our point differential, 29-0. We are about 12 minutes remaining or so.
Yeah, 12 minutes, 30 seconds approaching. So yeah, it's been all Massachusetts. They have scored in all 5 of the first jams. Yes, as Blind Rage just mentioned, that is the first double-digit scoring jam. So yeah, obviously this is not an insurmountable margin, but Ohio's got to find some offense fairly quickly. That is Sacrificial Lammy at the top of the pack. Brianna Ruins in the back of the pack. To a certain extent, these two are very similar jammers as they rely on their speed and agility.
Absolutely.
But the Massachusetts pack is just the wall is a little stronger. Sacrificial Lammy gets through. Brianna Ruins still held up in the back of the pack, pushed out by Agent Maldher.
Yep.
Sacrificial Lammy now cutting the Ohio pack up. And again, when you can go quickly left to right in a pack and get a pack moving, the holes will present themselves.
Yeah, it breaks apart those tightly knit seams that the blockers are working so hard to put together. Brianna Ruins is doing a great job trying to move back and forth, trying to take advantage of those lines.
And the star is passed to Birch Slap. Again, this is Ohio has had some success when they've passed the star. It has at least minimized the damage.
Stop the bleeding.
But Birch Slap is held up in the pack. Sacrificial Lammy now getting the full attention of the Ohio defenders, and they've at least slowed her down at the moment, but Birch Slap is at the top of your TV screen and is held up by the wall of blue, which is the Massachusetts defenders. Birch Slap now escapes the pack. Sacrificial Lammy has Betty or Not along with Doom and Holly Carburetor in the pack, slowing her down on that third pass.
That was some phenomenal defense by our Ohio blockers. They managed to take a quick and slippery jammer like Lammy and really stop her in her tracks.
So that is back-to-back 10-0 jams for the team from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
Team Massachusetts is actually one of our BOTAS teams that's made up of a few different states. We've got, I believe, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and I believe New Hampshire.
Who's the new? I don't know who the new. I knew you had. Flying King is from Providence.
I think we have a couple of Providence
skaters. In the past, last year you had skaters from Maine, but this year Maine fielded a team. At any rate, in the current jam, we've got Doom skating. We've got Bellatrix. The scoreboard is wrong. Bellatrix, your Game 1 MVP for Ohio, jamming for the first time, going up against Rage Bradbury for Massachusetts.
That's again really phenomenal defense by the Ohio blockers, who managed to hold Brad back. I think they're sort of settling into their stride when it comes to Massachusetts' very quick-moving jammers.
Wednesday Adams, who in this tournament is skating as Evil Midweek Cutie, but number 749 is the very talented player in the pack named Wednesday Adams. Ohio has passed the star to Slammerhead. Slammerhead, number 21, 8 years of Derby experience, currently plays for the Cleveland Guardians, who are the men's team. We have 2 skaters on Team Ohio, Blind Rage, who skate for the Cleveland men's team. They are Halo Chick and Slammerhead.
It's very interesting watching how skaters who typically skate with a Murder League, watching how they enmesh and how the kind of different skill sets kind of come together.
So we are at a timeout. Timeout taken by Ohio. 9 minutes, 19 seconds remaining. And anyone looking at the scoreboard can tell you what I'm about to say. It's been all Massachusetts so far. This is a battle of John Kennedy versus John Glenn. This is a battle of failed presidential candidates John Kerry and John Kasich. This is a battle of young Bill Belichick versus old Bill Belichick. Old Bill Belichick is winning.
I've been told by people who have managed to get to BOTAS before I did that we've had some very close running bouts, some very, very neck-and-neck bouts. I'm curious to see if Ohio can.
So this, I mean, it's an 18 team tournament. So obviously, as the brackets winnow themselves down, we've had some really dramatic moments, but we've also had some, not really close bouts. Getting back to the action at hand, Morgan LaFleur.
This is her first time out for Massachusetts.
Right, as a jammer and going up against Doom. So we have a battle of 8 versus 08 if you're just evaluating jammer numbers.
Not that that's confusing or anything for anybody.
No, yeah.
Flay has picked up lead jam designation, but she is now finding some difficulty with those Ohio blockers. With some offense provided, she is out of the pack.
Yeah, so Morgan LaFleur, very large in stature, doesn't have some of the speed and agility that the other jammers have had. So that's a good change of pace for the Boston coaching staff to put a different style jammer out there. This is the second time Doom has jammed. She passed the star to Birch Slap the last time she was out there, and that helped end the run.
Oh, but she's out.
Yep. Doom now gets through, and that forces the call off. So Morgan, that is another double-digit scoring jam.
Absolutely.
So 3 out of the last 4 jams for Massachusetts have been double-digit tallies.
This is 11 points picked up by Flay. Originally 12 on the scoreboard, then brought down to 11. We are 7 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in this first half.
Yeah, Louisiana-Maryland, which was our Game 3 bout, was not a close bout at all. Louisiana was all over Maryland very quickly. So, again, yeah, it's day 1, 18 teams. The brackets will lend themselves to more and more competitive contests as the 4 days unfold. But, again, this is all Massachusetts. Massachusetts did come in as the higher-ranked team. This is number 027.
This is Trash Panda.
First time, right.
First time out as a jammer. I don't believe I've seen them really as a blocker either, so this might be Trash's first time out on the track.
Yeah, obviously I know the Ohio skaters better than the Mass skaters. Definitely the first time Trash has jammed. Brianna Ruins back wearing the star for Ohio and is taken down by Paxa Punch.
Paxa Punch lives up to her name. As a jammer, I can testify.
I think Brianna Ruins can testify to that right now, too.
Every time you say Brianna Ruins, my government name is Brianna, and I have to be honest, it's throwing me off so badly.
All right. Well, I'll see if I can just call Brianna Ruins at this point.
I think
so you don't think I'm talking about you.
I feel confident that I'll adjust.
So Ruins into the pack, and this will be the first points for Ohio. And Ruins completes a 4-point scoring pass, getting some cheers from the Ohio bench. So Trash Panda has lead jam designation, I believe.
I believe the star is off. I don't think a pass has been complete. I'm not sure if Trash Panda realizes that they have.
Yeah. So the pivot's got the star for Massachusetts.
Oh.
Oh no, she doesn't.
Interesting.
Or she does. All right. So
I think we're just going to have to see how this plays out.
We know who the Ohio jammer is, and it's Ruins. And we got a blocker going to the penalty box for Massachusetts.
There was a star pass. That's Paxapunch holding the star. So it looks like it's going to be a 2-minute jam.
Yeah, it is indeed a Paxapunch. So yes, Ruins. Yeah. So Ruins puts up the first points for Ohio. Looks like I think it's going to be 7. No, it's going to be 6 total.
I'm not seeing any points up on the board from Massachusetts yet, although...
Yeah, so Trash Panda passed it to Paxapunch, and yes, no points were scored.
All right.
So we've had 2 firsts on that jam. First points for Ohio on the first time. Massachusetts did not
earn any points.
That's right. So that might be the momentum switch that Ohio needs.
Time will only tell.
If we could just do that perhaps for the next 18 jams in a row.
Oh.
In the meantime,
we have 3-3-3.
That is Boots from Bay State. And a jammer penalty on Honey Basher.
Oh, we have a power jam.
The momentum shifts. The 6-0 Ohio run will last but a jam.
It was a good one.
It was dramatic, and we determined what your legal name was during it, so it was even more fun for me.
Oh, we look, Trash Panda's back out on the track as a blocker this time.
Oh, good. All right, so it is a power jam opportunity, which means if you're new to roller derby, Ohio is playing exclusively defense and Massachusetts is playing exclusively offense because there's only one point-scoring player out there. Honey Basher now back on the track, so both teams at full strength. The penalty box free and clear of skaters. Out there in the pack for Ohio, Dottie hits someone. Coco Sparks, Slammerhead, and Paige Bleed. Coco Sparks, a 14-year veteran, and has played on every BOTAS team for Ohio. The star has been passed to Slammerhead, again, one of the Cleveland Guardian skater, number 21. She has been a BOTAS team member before. In the meantime, Boots comes through. Boots tallying points. I believe she has 12. So, yeah, the 6-0 jam for Ohio is answered by a 12-0. And a timeout requested, official review requested by Ohio.
Our first of the bout, first official review.
So I want to thank our sponsors, but we do not have a sponsor sheet at the moment. So 187 Killer Pads, I know, has been a sponsor. Apex has been a sponsor. And we will get the rest of the sponsors for you at halftime so that we can show appreciation to the folks that are help bringing this to you. So you see on the camera, you see Coach Andy Marone wearing black, the Ohio coach having a conversation, as Ohio had requested, perhaps. Yeah, I have no idea.
I could not even fathom a guess.
So how about this? We will tell you what the results of this bout will be. So the loser of Ohio versus Massachusetts will play North Carolina at, wait for it, 8 a.m. on Friday.
Oh.
The winner plays Colorado at 1 p.m. on Friday. So winner gets to sleep in. Loser is Breakfast Club Roller Derby tomorrow.
I know what I'm hoping for.
Yes, as the Ohio voice, I will be with you, ladies and gentlemen, right here at twitch.tv/Nerd Derby at 8 in the morning. That's Eastern time. All right, and we're underway. It is Birch Slap jamming for the first time from the stripe. She's taken the star when she's been wearing she's been the pivot, and she is going up against, I believe that is number 4, Android.
That is. I believe that's our first time seeing Android.
Yes. So it is 72-6. That was a 12-point jam prior. And Android is through and is the lead jammer. Birch Slap, star in hand, and a great underhand pass by Nat. And Nat is through the pack. Nat is a just so you know this, Blind Rage, a skater in her 10th year of Derby, and she's 21 years old. So, yes, a junior skater who has aged up. And Ohio executes the star pass nicely and keeps that as a 4-0 jam for Massachusetts. So we are at 2 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the first half. Looks like it is the skater with a interesting first name, last name Ruins for Ohio, and trying to get the armband of the Massachusetts jammer, and I just don't have it.
Which will feature Piano
Jankovic.
Yep,
Weird Al.
Second time Weird Al has jammed, and Weird Al is the lead jammer. Ruins gets tangled up not only among the Massachusetts blockers, but her own.
That's never a good feeling.
Nope. And Weird Al quickly comes through and tallies the first 4 points of the jam. We are under 2 minutes to play in the first half.
Ruins knocked to the inside and dragged back by one of our Massachusetts skaters. I believe it was Emily Nolan.
Yeah, I think it was Emily Nolan. Brianna Ruins finds daylight going through the back straightaway, forcing the call off. Again, minimizing the damage, but Weird Al tallies a total of 8.
All right. Right now we're looking at a score of 82-6. Under 2 minutes left.
So what's been more impressive, Blind Rage? Massachusetts' offense or Massachusetts' defense? I haven't answered that question, but you're the expert.
As a jammer personally, the Massachusetts defense that's being put up is pretty soul-crushing to watch. As a jammer, the Massachusetts offense fills my heart with a certain joy, like a vicarious joy, one might say. Although I have been extremely impressed with the versatility of our Ohio blockers out there. Massachusetts is putting forth kind of an interesting array, as we mentioned earlier when Morgan LaFleur came out for the first time, an interesting combination of jammer skill sets, and Ohio is rolling with the punches, so to speak.
Yeah, and it is Morgan LaFleur again, and I was going to comment on the Ohio jammer just because it was the first time that she's been out there, and now she is in the penalty box. It is Archangel Anarchy, who goes by the name of Arch, because Arch is in both her first and last Derby names. So Arch is in the box. It was the first time Arch had jammed. Meanwhile, Morgan, on the second time that Morgan has jammed, has gotten lead jam again for the second time. So we are at 1-0 on the period clock. So we have 50 seconds of bonus roller derby action.
It's good stuff. Flay is one of those jammers, as somebody who's watched her jam a number of times. She approaches the pack, and then she's out of the pack, and I'm not really sure what her legs do between point A and point B. The physics just don't seem to apply. We do have an Ohio jammer out of the pack.
Yeah, that's Arch.
There's
Arch has made the initial pass and is now coming in. Morgan got pushed out on the outside of turn 3, turn 4, so she was looking right at Arch, saw her coming, and called off the jam.
Nah.
So we are at something called halftime, which we did not experience for the first 7 bouts that you had here on the first Thursday of Battle of the All-Stars 2020. Massachusetts with a 93-6 lead. Again, Ohio has scored but one time. And Massachusetts has only been held scoreless one time. Those two things happened during the same jam.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break, which will allow us to scramble and find the sponsor list so we can give appropriate praise and help and shout-outs throughout the next 20 minutes.
All right, sounds good.
Hi, this is Ken Smith, a.k.a. Kent the Politician, joined on the microphone by Blind Rage. We are the voices of Ohio and Massachusetts here for Battle of the All-Stars 2020. And if you joined us for the first 20 minutes, you saw an absolute explosion as Massachusetts' offense was devastating and matched only by their defense, taking us to 93-6. Blind Rage, you obviously have a lot of experience with these Massachusetts skaters. What stood out to you based on the first 20 minutes of roller derby action?
I mean, I think it goes without saying that we are seeing some very, very strong tripods being formed by our Massachusetts defense. We are seeing some incredible offense. I've seen some great stuff by Emily Nolan, Sassy Malassi, Wednesday Adams, who is now for this BOTAS skating as evil midweek cutie. It's hard to wrap my head around. We are also seeing an interestingly diverse array of Massachusetts jammers out on the track.
So Trash Panda has gotten through. Trash is the lead jammer.
Not according to our scoreboard.
Yeah, she called it off.
Oh, they called it off?
Yeah,
right.
So Trash called it off. Nat escaped the pack, and I think Nat got out first but wasn't lead jammer.
I see.
So at any rate, Ohio, I think that's the first time that they had jammed Nat. And again, Nat is a 10-year skater who's 21 years old and has had and she's frankly, she skates for Burning River in Cleveland, so I've seen her a lot, and she won a bunch of jamming MVPs. So now we've got Slammerhead jamming for Ohio, so it looks like Ohio is just completely going with a different jammer rotation, as both Slammerhead and Nat did not jam in the first half, and they've both jammed in jams 1 and 2 in the second half.
You know what? If something isn't working the way that you want it to, you might as well shake it up.
Massachusetts puts out Boots, and Boots did jam once in the first half.
Yes.
So, and Boots is taken off her skates and calls it off from her tuchus in turn 2. And 1 point is awarded to Massachusetts. The first point of the second half goes to Team Mass.
Indeed. So it will be curious to see how else Ohio is going to reframe their strategy.
Yeah.
As you said, the first half was a bit of a slaughter. So we're going to see them. It looks like they're switching up our jammer rotation here. Let's see what other strategies they pull out to try and tighten up that point gap.
So it's Archangel Anarchy who is jamming again. She jammed once in the first half. And I think it is Rage Bradbury for Massachusetts, but no, it's 4. It's Android.
Android, that is.
Again, I saw the 4, and I added the 5-1 to get to Rage Bradbury's number. But yeah, it is Archangel Anarchy of Gem City and Dayton, Team Ohio, jamming in white, Massachusetts in blue. It is Android, and Android has come around for the first 4-point pass and is going for more.
Android coming to us from Mass Attack Roller Derby.
Right.
That was groovy. That should have its own name.
So again, the strong jammer rotation for Massachusetts, and again, I've seen them every year. Flying King, Lammy, who always changes her name. She's Sacrificial Lammy this time, and Rage Bradbury. And they might feel comfortable with the lead that it is, and they might be resting them, knowing that they've got Colorado Friday at 1.
Theoretically, I as an announcer make a point to not assume the outcome of any bout because I have been surprised before.
Yeah, again, it's just we're postulating as to the two teams' strategy and why that might be.
Well, regardless, the loser of this bout goes on to play at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Yep, just the way we wanted it.
Just the way that everybody likes it.
So this is Bellatrix jamming for Ohio again. She was your Game 1 MVP. And for Massachusetts, it is Weird Al Shankovich. And unfortunately, Bellatrix has gone to the penalty box, so it is a power jam opportunity. The scoreboard says Doom. It is not Doom. Doom is number 8. Bellatrix is number 88. It is Bellatrix who is in the box for Ohio. Weird Al Shankovich is through for her first 4, with more to come.
Taking a look at that Massachusetts offense. See, I see Allison Murphy out there. I see Aubrey Planets, and I see Paxa-Punch. 3 very strong blockers together out of Boston Roller Derby.
So we want to give a shout out to Pickled Beats' mother, Elaine Gregory, who is watching, has been watching all day and has been sending actually scouting notes to the Massachusetts team. So she might be the secret, she might be the reason for what is currently a 104-point lead for Team Massachusetts.
You know what? Good luck charms come in all shapes and sizes. So on behalf of Team Massachusetts, thank you very much. Mama Beats.
Exactly.
Mama Pickled.
So that was an 11-point jam there for Weird Al. That is the first double-digit scoring jam for Massachusetts in the second half. 113-6. 15 minutes remaining. Coming up, we've got Texas taking on somebody. I can't remember who. But it'll be the first bout for Texas. In the meantime, on this track, that is Morgan LaFleur and being chased down by Ruins of Burning River. And that goes 0-0. Brianna Ruins again, as you saw, the speed able to track down Morgan and force the call off.
Absolutely. That was a blink and you miss it jam.
Yep.
Morgan LaFleur out first, securing lead jam designation, but Brianna Ruins hot on Flay's tail.
So that was the first time. I mean, Arch jammed once in the first half, but Brianna Ruins obviously was in heavy jammer rotation. So it looks like Ohio is going to try everything, and that will be broadening the jammer rotation, but also it'll be using the mainstays. Brianna Ruins, just so we've got this pause, Blind Rage and I were talking about the difference between these two teams. As we've got this break. So one of the things that happened between the Ohio team, BOTAS 2019, and the BOTAS team 2020 is the mainstays of Ohio's jammer rotation from 2019 are not on the roster in 2020 for a variety of reasons. Obviously, it's a 4-day tournament. It's an additional challenge of just your home league. But the one mainstay of the jammer rotation was Brianna Ruins.
Oh, there you go.
But the other jammers from 2019 are not a part of the Team Ohio roster. So we've got, as a result of the conversation that took place between the referees, Ohio put another skater in the penalty box. That helps get Trash Panda out in front, and they are the lead jammer for Massachusetts. Arch is going up against and able to plow through and does not escape the pack. Now she does.
She was caught at that very last second. I believe that was Sassy Molassie. I recognize that gold helmet.
That's very funny. So Trash Panda comes through, points on the board, calls off the jam as Arch was getting into the pack. So Ohio held scoreless again. Again, Ohio in white, Massachusetts in blue. The winner gets Colorado Friday at 1 p.m. The loser gets North Carolina Friday at 8 in the morning.
Let me just reiterate, 8 in the morning.
That's okay. At least it's not the Eastern time zone.
Oh, gosh. That was 8 points put up on the board by number 027, Trash Panda of Team Massachusetts. I'm still thinking about that 8 a.m. roller derby.
We love it.
Do we, though?
We do. All right, so this is Boots jamming for Massachusetts, going up against Nat, number 78. And Nat finds daylight and has got to try to outrace, and does Bella LeBrawl. So Nat is through for Ohio. The one Ohio fan in the audience holding up the Team Ohio sign at the appropriate time. 2 points. We'll call that a win.
I believe we will.
Massachusetts held to 2.
We've got 3 on the scoreboard for Massachusetts during that last jam.
All right, 3.
We've got about 12 and a half minutes remaining in this second half. Again, this is Ohio's second bout of the day. Massachusetts reasonably well rested and fresh.
Yeah, because they hadn't played anybody before this. And they shook off the rust early. And this is Brianna Ruins going up against Wednesday Adams, who's got a different name, and the final hit, but that was
Aubrey Planets, number 8, who went out on the outside line.
So Brianna Ruins is through, and Ohio has lead jammer designation. Brianna Ruins was the skater who scored the 6 points in the first half.
That is true.
And
And
she's going to get back up. Yeah, the blocker went out of bounds on the inside. So Ruins has the full, I'm going to say, the no pass, no penalty. She's going to get 3 and not 4, and calls it off as the Massachusetts jammer is in the penalty box. So that is Android in the box. So Ruins tallies 4 and then quickly calls it off so that Ohio will have a power jam start.
That just gives Ohio that extra couple of seconds where they only have to focus on getting their jammer the heck out of the pack.
And that jammer will be Archangel Anarchy. She is in terms of actually roller derby history, she has the least amount of history on the Ohio team, yet you wouldn't know it by the strong presence and athleticism that she brings to the task. But yes, it's an amazingly veteran team that Ohio fields. It's just they weren't on the BOTAS roster last year.
Oh, I don't know if you caught that, Kent, but we have lead jammer going back to Ohio. Android back from the penalty box, out of the pack quite quickly, but dropped the star. She cannot pick up points if she does not have that star on her head. So she had to turn around 180 degrees, hustle back, pick up that star, and book it.
So yeah, Ohio gets 6 on that. Android gets 1. I don't think this. It has gone up on the board, so it is 125-16. It is a scoring explosion for Ohio. They have tallied 10 points over the last 2 jams, finding their stride just in time. 9 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in the contest. This is...
Let's see.
You have no idea. That's 26. That is Weird Al Shankovich.
Yeah.
And the Ohio jammer yet to be determined.
I just see like the star bobbing back and forth between a sea of bodies. Oh, we have a very quick.
No, yeah, it's been passed to Nat again. So it could have been, I think it was Birch Slap to begin, and then the star pass. And again, that is one of the things that Ohio has done well, is they've been able to pass the star to the pivot and minimize the point-scoring explosion.
We have seen a number of very successful star passes to Nat in particular of Ohio. Just an excellent strategy for not letting that Massachusetts jammer run away with the jam and rack up those 2-digit.
Yeah, and if Ohio can hang their hat on anything, they've had a better second half than they've had a first half.
100%, without a doubt.
And it is Brianna Ruins bicycling her way through, but does not escape the pack, going up against Morgan LaFleur. But in fairness to Team Matt, and Brianna Ruins gets through, gets lead jammer designation again. It is the second time in a row that Ruins has done that. In fact, they force the star pass to Bella Labral, and so Brianna Ruins gets taken off her skates, is called for a low block. Coco Sparks, a 14-year skater who's married to a ref, gave the ref who made that call an earful. And I'm going to go with the notion that Coco has seen enough derby that she might have had a point. But 2 points for Brianna Ruins, but she starts in the penalty box, so it is a power jam opportunity for Team Mass. And as quick as I can get the phrase out of my mouth, Trash Panda is lead jammer.
Now, Trash Panda might be one of the newest skaters to Team Mass. This is the start of their second season.
So, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No.
So again, as we were talking about Ohio's stronger second half, I think in fairness to Team Mass, we should point out Flying King, Sacrificial Lammy, and Rage Bradbury have not jammed in the second half. So Massachusetts is not going with their full calibration of their derby strength.
Keeping them in their pocket for whoever
Which again,
they might end up playing next.
It's a 4-day tournament.
It's it's a grind as much as anything else. It's as much a test of endurance and team strategy for when to put out which skaters.
So yeah, and you don't get points. I'm making air quotes for blowout wins. The winner advances and the loser goes and plays
Exactly.
in the consolation bracket.
It could be a lead of 1.
Right, exactly.
And we have seen, if not that, we've seen some bouts that came pretty close.
Yeah. And again, as the bracket unfolds, obviously the competition is going to get more similar. So, but it is 141-218 with 6.5 minutes left. Ohio in white will likely play North Carolina tomorrow morning at 8 in the morning.
At this point, I'm feeling a little more confident about.
Massachusetts will play Colorado Friday at 1. But, of course, the Derby action is ongoing. This is Doom, who's jamming for Ohio. Number 8, she skates for Cincinnati Roller Derby. And Doom, this is sort of typical. So Doom is in her 11th year of skating, and this is her first Team Ohio Battle of the All-Stars tournament. So again, is she surprised by anything she's seeing on the track? Probably not. Is she going up against an extraordinarily strong Massachusetts wall? Most definitely.
And for what it's worth, all of these all-star teams, not only are they going up against a mixture of opponents in perhaps configurations that we have Power Jam favoring Team Ohio.
So Boots goes to the penalty box for Massachusetts, and Doom passes the Jammer star to Birch Slap, who is an Ohio skater. She's one of the returning veterans to Battle of the All-Stars. She skates for the team in Columbus.
I'm just noticing that we have an Ohio blocker sent to the penalty box as well. So Massachusetts might have a touch of a pack advantage, 4-3 pack advantage, but Power Jam.
No, you are correct on all fronts. Power Jam now over as Boots is out of the box. Halo Chick is the Ohio blocker in the penalty box. She is standing. So within 10 seconds, we will be at full strength. Boots escapes the pack and is tallying points. I'm not sure if Birch Slap is getting any points or not. Family Jewels goes to the penalty box. She skates for Ohio Athens Roller Derby.
Ooh, a bit of a pile-up over there.
It was Maloik, and it'll be a penalty on Boots as this jam comes to the end. So that'll be a Power Jam opportunity for Ohio once we get underway. And somebody actually, what do? They call a timeout?
That's going to bring an official review.
Official review requested by, is it Mass? In the meantime, we found the sponsor list at halftime, so let's quickly blow through this. Spank Alley, the only fully adjustable roller derby armbands on the market. They ship worldwide. You can check them out at www.spankalley.com.au. 187 killer pads have been designed and constructed pads for top professional athletes for the past decade. Started by a longtime skater and a family-owned upholstery shop, 187 killer pads has since become the preferred choice of skaters worldwide. 888, we cover heads, elbows, wrists, knees, hips, and yes, even butts, because being derby ready is one thing, but being derby dominant is another. The penalty box sponsor is Apex Skate Shop. They are located in the building, but you can also find them on the web at www.apexskateshop.com. Big shout out to the Buxmont Roller Derby Dolls for hosting the 2020 Battle of the All-Stars, as they've been hosting it for a number of years. And you can make sure you check out Battle of the All-Stars on Facebook and the Instagram machine by searching Battle of the All-Stars 2020. Also, you can look for the hashtag BOTAS 2020. If I can just do one more thing, Blind Rage, thank the sponsors. Patches by Stevel, Strangled Heart, Apex Skate Shop, Derby City Skates, Strong Athletic, Mean Cat Derby Apparel, and of course BOTAS merchandise and Pennsylvania All-Star merchandise, and of course Chad and the amazing production team here at the New England Roller Derby Report, or something like that. That's close. And again, you can watch the entire 4-day weekend at twitch.tv/Nerd Derby, which is NERDERBY. So yeah, that's all the sponsors. Thank you for that official review at the 4:18 mark. Score 147-218 in favor of Massachusetts. I'm sorry.
Oh, we had our
what happened?
Ohio jammer knocked to the outside by Agent Malter.
That's Nat. She may have gotten squashed like a Nat, and Nat gets lead jammer designation, but she is knocked out on the inside, so Ohio is control of the of the jam, because Boots is in the penalty box. Again, it is a power jam start for Ohio. Family Jewels out there with Betty or Not. Also Sarah Bellum and Family Jewels. That is your Ohio blocking lineup. Trying to get Nat through. Easier said than done. Again, the skater formerly known as Wednesday Adams locking down the Massachusetts pack.
Yep, we've got Aubrey Planets, Evil Midweek Cutie, whose name I will wrap my mouth around by the end of BOTAS, and Pax-a-Punch.
So that's one of the things you can do, Blind Rage. You can get us an explanation for why Wednesday Adams is going with Evil Midweek Cutie.
Oh, I can give you that right now.
Oh, please do.
It was an off-brand knockoff Wednesday Adams Halloween costume.
Aha!
That somebody managed to lay their eyes on. So, although she tends to skate under the name Wednesday Adams, ATOMS.
And that pass through the pack by Nat got cheers from the fans as Nat is scoring points. We have about 20 seconds left in the jam clock. And again, Nat is the lead jammer. And again, 10 years of roller derby experience at the age of 21. When she was a junior skater, she skated under the name Little Nat.
Oh.
Now she's just Nat. Perhaps one day she'll be Big Nat.
Great, big, hefty Nat.
That's right. But she's really good. She has skated with the Burning River Roller Derby All-Stars. This will be here at the beginning of her second year. Numerous bout MVP awards for Jammer. She tallied 4 points. Massachusetts held scoreless. So contact the Telegraph and send that message across the internet. We do have a skater down, so we're getting some medical attention.
Big shout out, of course, to all of the referees, the non-skating officials, all of the volunteers, the medics, everybody that has worked and come together to make this another successful battle of the All-Stars.
So we will not, obviously, attempt to diagnose the skater injury, but we will tell you that it is Boots from Bay State on Team Massachusetts who is receiving some attention at the moment. Well, considering we just blew through the sponsor list in the last we could do it again because we didn't do it in the first half. But yes, we greatly appreciate all the sponsors and all the help. Here, let me take a look at the schedule, and I'll tell you who's coming up. I know Texas is playing, but why don't you talk about something? Oh, here it is.
No?
So we've got Texas.
Well, okay, well, don't put your hands up at me.
We're getting there.
Looking.
All right, so it's Thursday, right?
Yeah.
It is Thursday. Texas is playing Virginia.
Right.
Texas is coming in as the 4-ranked team, Virginia as the number 10. Again, if you were ranked lower than 10, you sort of had a play-in bout. So teams ranked 18 through 11 played 30-minute bouts against each other to then get to the 40-minute bouts, which we are currently doing.
Now, who did Virginia win against?
So
earlier?
Virginia came in as the 10.
Oh, okay.
So they haven't played yet. So both Virginia and Texas come in with no prior 2020 BOTAS mileage or bruises or experience, depending on
any and all.
Yes.
Any combination thereof. That's going to be an exciting one to see. Texas always does seem to be a bit of a fan favorite, so we'll see how they fare against Virginia.
Yeah, so Texas has, and again, I don't have the roster in front of me, but Texas has two jammers, two diminutive jammers, and they're from the same team, Pandemonium Doll and Biggie Smalls, or Buggy Smalls. And they are fantastic and such fun to watch.
I never pass up the opportunity to watch a Texas bout.
But Buggy is a buddy of mine. Okay, so Boots is up. Boots is skating off with assistance. So again, I suppose the good news if you're Massachusetts is you don't have any more action today. And again, that's what can happen in any roller derby jam.
Absolutely.
And so again, when Team Mass decides to sit Flying King, Sacrificial Lammy, and Rage Bradbury, it's because of what perhaps just happen there.
Anything could happen in a preceding bout. And
Right.
if you're
Right.
saving kind of your top-tier jammers for those upcoming bouts where the competition will perhaps be a little closer, it never hurts to take those extra precautions.
So we are at 2 minutes, 16 seconds left in the contest, and it will be
I see
Android, and that is Archangel Anarchy, better known as Arc. So yeah, Android gets through. She's got a loose skate, and she goes down. I saw the skate lace dragging, and she now sees it.
Uh-oh.
So again, she's calling it off, which is exactly what you want to do, because if not, you're going to wipe out. Again, you can hurt yourself.
Yep.
So that jam goes 0-0 thanks to a wardrobe malfunction on
Shout out to
the boot of Android.
Shout out to, I believe that was Emily Nolan that played some fantastic last-minute top-of-the-pack defense against Arch.
1 minute, 25 seconds remaining in the contest. Oh, and so have you seen the Jammer packs? Seriously, Blind Rage, have you seen the Jammer pack? Have you heard about this?
I've played in a Jammer pack. I do see that we have Rage Bradbury. I see we have Trash Panda.
So yeah, so the Jammer pack is when they send. All right, so yeah, they've done it. They've sent all their jammers out as the players in the pack, as Morgan LaFlave is the jammer for Massachusetts going up against Doom for Ohio. Doom gets through, gets lead jammer designation, and is scoring points. So yeah, one of the absolutely fun things that happens that Team Massachusetts will do is the final jam of the bout. Oftentimes they will put out all their jammers in the pack. And sometimes it is a maddening sprint around the track because they know how to sprint, but they don't really know how to hit each other. And this is, I believe, Sacrificial Lammy is the person who's been the inspiration behind this, and she is now has the jammer, has a smile on her face, and is wearing both the pivot stripe and has the jammer star in her hand. And it's a power jam opportunity as Doom has gone to the penalty box. So Sacrificial Lammy will now put the star on her helmet. She has the stripe underneath it. We are out of period clock time. We are running on the remaining 30 seconds of jammer time. Doom is out of the penalty box. And Sacrificial Lammy goes to the box. Jammer pack has...
You just see her laughing on her way to the box. She's like, oh, man.
So and Doom is now going back to the box.
For
Sacrificial Lammy will come out. Doom will spend, again, we're down to single digits in. I wonder if Sacrificial Lammy isn't even going out. She just sent Doom back out, which is very funny. Oh, God, because Sacrificial Lammy picked up 2 penalties. Who knew that Sacrificial Lammy was such a crime spree on skates?
We always should have suspected. She just covered it so very well.
At any rate. So
we have an unofficial score on the board.
151-33. Again, if you're Ohio, you can take some solace in the notion that you had a better second half than you did have a first half.
And all joking aside, Ohio really did tighten up their game. There were a number of fantastic star passes, in particular to, was it number 78, Nat? Who took did some great work minimizing the damage done by Team Massachusetts.
So we've got to have a conversation about who the MVPs are. We'll obviously do that off mic, but in the meantime, New England Roller Derby Report would like to thank their production sponsor, Sociopath. Sociopath is a skater-run business offering size-inclusive leggings and shorts designed to fit you with 7 different lengths and pockets. She is sure to have a style that works for your body. Team colors, custom prints, and group discounts are available. Also offering dozens of armbands and helmet cover options. She's got you covered. Please see sociopath.ca/nerd for 10% off your next order. And with that, we're going to take the mics down, have a conversation about MVPs, come back to you with those announcements. All right, so we have the MVP announcements. It'll be for Massachusetts, and this name has never been mentioned before with MVP. Evil Midweek Cutie, because also known as Wednesday Addams.
The artist formerly known as Wednesday Addams. And then Kent for Team Ohio, who's our MVP?
Brianna Ruins. We were inspired by your legal name.
By my very own legal name.
And quite frankly, we were inspired by the number of points that she scored for Team Ohio. Very strong performance by Brianna Ruins. Again, the only returning jammer from the Team Ohio BOTAS team of last year. All right, so coming up and on the track currently warming up, you've got Texas and Virginia. It'll be Texas in blue, Virginia in white. So Ohio will play at 8 in the morning Eastern time against North Carolina. Massachusetts gets to sleep in just a little bit. They will play Colorado Friday at 1. So for Blind Rage, I'm Kent the Politician. We are signing up. Coming up, Texas versus Virginia.